Surah Luqman.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم تلك آيات الكتاب الحكيم هدى ورحمة للمحسنين الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
Surah Luqman. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Alif Lam Mim. These are the verses of a book that is wise. These are verses of the wise book, the book that is full of wisdom, as guidance and mercy for the muhsineen, for the doers of good. This book guides and also brings mercy to who? To those who do ihsan. Who are they? Those who establish prayer and give zakah, and they of the hereafter are certain in faith. These are the qualities of the muhsineen. Those who establish prayer, who give zakah, who have firm faith. And otherwise we learn about the muhsinun that they are also good to their relatives, the needy. They perform good deeds, they refrain from sin, who worship Allah beautifully, knowing that Allah is watching them. Those are on right guidance from their Lord, and it is those who are the successful. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَشْتَرِي لَهْوَ الْحَدِيثِ. And of the people is he who buys the amusement of speech. Why? In order to mislead others from the way of Allah, without any knowledge, and who takes it in ridicule. Those will have a humiliating punishment. Who is this humiliating punishment for? For the one who purchases lahw al-hadith. What is lahw al-hadith? Ghina, singing and music. Such stories, or soap operas, or drama serials, that consume a person so much that he is worrying about those characters even in his prayer. That consume a person so much that he is wondering, should I go for Taraweeh or should I watch the show tonight? Distracting him from good work. This is lahw al-hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, from among my followers, there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcohol, and the use of musical instruments as lawful. They will consider this to be lawful. The Prophet ﷺ said that. So clearly, these things are not lawful. They are unlawful. Have no doubt about that. No matter how common it has become. Even if you find music being played with the adhan. Yes, even people have come down to this level. That the adhan is being pronounced with music being played in the background. Because adhan is being pronounced not for the purpose of going to prayer, calling people to prayer. It is being pronounced for the purpose of entertainment. That is essentially what it is. That we have been consumed by entertainment culture. We just want entertainment, amusement. This is what we want. The Qur'an is being recited. I mean, it's amazing how, there are so many of such events where Muslim artists are coming together, and you will see different forms of art. But you will not find the art that Rasulullah ﷺ taught us, which is the art of reciting the Qur'an. The art of reciting the Qur'an. Tell me, which Islamic art festival will have this truly being recognized as an art of reciting the Qur'an? Because this is what Allah gave us. And when we have left this, then we want entertainment and satisfaction through other things. And we cannot find satisfaction in anything. This is why we move on from one form of entertainment to another. We delve into one valley and then in another, then in another. We're not satisfied. Because this is something that really consumes a person. It distracts a person from what is important. And notice what is mentioned over here. Yashtari, he purchases lahwal hadith. Meaning they buy it, they spend money on it. Whether it is on big screen TVs or other gadgets, purchases, downloads or movie rentals, whatever it may be. These are all forms of buying lahwal hadith. The question is, why are these things disliked? Because they make a person heedless. They make a person heedless. Just think, the Qur'an is such that if you listen to it, if you recite it, it will naturally come on your tongue. You cannot help but read the parts of the Qur'an which really touch your soul, which shake, which move your heart. You cannot help but recite them. They will come. Those words will come on your tongue. And there's something natural. Even children, when they will hear something of the Qur'an and it affects them, what will happen? They will say it. They will say it. Little children even. But when a person is being consumed by lahwal hadith, whether it is in the form of, TV shows or music or movies or whatever it may be, what happens then? It will occupy the heart, and then a person will have no interest in reciting the Qur'an or in listening to the Qur'an. Because then, especially now, the deception of shaitan is that now just put a playlist of Islamic music videos, just put a playlist, just hit play, and for an hour or two you can just listen to one music nasheed after the other. Music, literally. You can't understand the words, but you enjoy the melody. You enjoy the tune. Now when a person is being consumed by this, when is he going to listen to the Qur'an? When is he going to find joy in listening to the Qur'an? The Prophet ﷺ said, 2 voices, 2 aswat, sawtan, mal'unan fi dunya wal akhirah. They are cursed in dunya and akhirah. 1, music and singing at the time of blessing. Mizmar inda ni'mah. Mizmar, playing music at the time of ni'mah. That Allah has blessed a person with a huge blessing, whether it is their engagement or their wedding or their baby shower, whatever it may be. They're enjoying a blessing. And what is being played at that time? Mizmar, music. That sound is cursed by Allah. So then how do we expect peace and happiness in our marriages? That on the day when that sacred, beautiful bond is being made, Allah's curse is being invoked also. We are asking for problems in our lives. And secondly, the second sound that is cursed is the wailing and screaming at the time of musibah. And notice how it is mentioned over here. لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. This lahwal hadith, what does it do? It misleads a person. It involves him so much that a person has no interest in ilm, in deen, so he doesn't worry about his deen or akhirah. He's just concerned about now. And وَيَتَّخِذَهَا هُزُوًا. He takes the ayat of Allah as ridicule, meaning he makes fun of the ayat of Allah even. Meaning he begins to feel so lighthearted. Like if you watch an hour of comedy, then what will happen? You will want to laugh at every little thing. What happens when you hear one joke after the other? You're laughing, you want to laugh more, but you can't laugh anymore. It happens, right? So then what happens? A person is trying to be funny, and in that, things that deserve respect and seriousness, even they are not given respect and seriousness. What happens when, for example, a woman is so consumed by some TV show, her children are crying. Quiet! She's yelling at them. I can't hear it. Be quiet. Shut the door and leave them with the toys and leave them with their own lahwal hadith, so that a woman can enjoy her TV show. So, يَتَّخِذَ هُزُوًا. And then, even when it comes to the Qur'an, then a person begins to ridicule it. He loses respect for the Qur'an. Because this kind of overindulgence in entertainment, what does it do? It takes seriousness away from a person. He doesn't remain a serious individual. And by serious, I don't mean strict and boring. What I mean is that there are certain things in life which deserve respect. And a person begins to lose respect for them. He begins to lose respect for them. That sense of respect is lost. وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِ آيَاتُنَا, and when our verses are recited to him, he turns away arrogantly, as if he had not heard them. Meaning he does not take any interest in the Qur'an at all. It seems boring. As if there was in his ears deafness, so give him tidings of a painful punishment. Indeed, those who believe and do righteous deeds, for them are the gardens of pleasure. You see, pleasure, Jannatin Na'im. Pleasure is in what? In looking, in seeing, in hearing, in eating, in drinking, in wearing, in talking, in sitting. These are all things that we find pleasure in. But this pleasure, true ultimate pleasure, is where? In Jannah. But it is for those who are willing to sacrifice some pleasure here, wherein they abide eternally. It is the promise of Allah which is truth. And He is the exalted in might, the wise. He created the heavens without pillars that you see, and has cast into the earth firmly set mountains, lest it should shift with you, and disperse therein from every creature. And we sent down rain from the sky, and made grow therein plants of every noble kind. You see, rain is being mentioned again and again. And really, when something is mentioned again and again, it means that we should be grateful for it over and over again. And alhamdulillah, right now we are receiving rain. And this is something we should not take for granted. Because so many people in the world right now, they're desperate for rain. Desperate for some change in the weather. And Allah is blessing us with rain again and again. So we should really be grateful from all our heart that, Ya Allah, thank you for this blessing of rain. Alhamdulillah, perfect are you, O Allah. And we have sent down rain from the sky and made grow therein plants of every noble kind. This is the creation of Allah. So show me what those other than Him have created. Rather, the wrongdoers are in clear error.